It all started with a moment that stopped everyone in their tracks. "No, don't do that to my phone. Wait, let's just talk." Those words, caught on camera, echoed across social media like a thunderclap. Within hours, the internet was on fire. Did Yandy Smith really file for divorce from Mendeecees Harris? And what did Tamar Braxton have to do with it? The rumors were wild, claims of betrayal, lawsuits, and heartbreak. It wasn't just gossip anymore. It felt like a real-life drama unfolding in front of millions. Fans were confused, shocked, and desperate for answers. Everyone wanted to know, did Yandy finally reach her breaking point? For years, Yandy Smith had been known as the loyal wife, the woman who stood by Mendeecees through jail time, scandals, and endless gossip. She was his strength, his peace. But this time, something had changed. The chaos began when whispers spread that Tamar Braxton had filed a legal complaint against Mendeecees Harris, a complaint that claimed he acted inappropriately during what was supposed to be a business meeting. Fans didn't know what to believe. Mendeecees, who always painted himself as a family man, suddenly found himself trapped in a storm he couldn't escape. Then came the shocker, reports that Yandy had filed for divorce. Was this the final straw? Or just another media game gone wrong? Online, opinions exploded. Team Yandy versus Team Tamar. Some fans accused Tamar of stirring trouble, while others praised her for speaking her truth. Every new post only added fuel to the fire. Meanwhile, Yandy Smith was silent. No interviews, no comments, no posts. Insiders say she found out about the scandal while preparing for a brand event in Atlanta. A friend showed her the news going viral before she even understood what was happening. She was pacing the floor, one source said. Her phone wouldn't stop buzzing. She didn't believe it at first. But when legal documents started surfacing online, she knew it was real. Hours later, Yandy tried calling Mendeecees, but he didn't answer. When he finally called back, the damage was already done. Their conversation, according to insiders, was filled with tears, anger, and disbelief. Yandy demanded answers. What did you say to her? What really happened? But Mendeecees denied everything. He said Tamar twisted his words and exaggerated the story. Still, Yandy knew how quickly the truth can disappear once the internet takes over. Celebrities started weighing in. Some defended Mendeecees, calling the whole situation a trap to destroy another black family. Others stood by Tamar, praising her courage. The internet turned into a battlefield. Hashtag Team Yandy, hashtag Stand with Tamar, and hashtag Protect Mendeecees all trended at the same time. Behind the screens, though, Yandy Smith was falling apart. She barely slept. She replayed every memory in her head, wondering if she had missed something, some sign, some warning. Did Tamar and Mendeecees have a secret history? Had something happened on set that she didn't know about? Every unanswered question felt like a knife to the heart. Then Mendeecees tried to calm the storm. He posted vague messages online, talking about truth, faith, and a forgiveness. But instead of helping, his words made things worse. Fans started analyzing every sentence. Was he admitting guilt? Or defending himself? Meanwhile, Tamar Braxton broke her silence in a single tweet that said, "Some people you trust will turn your peace into your trauma." The post went viral within minutes. Everyone knew who she meant, even if she didn't say his name. Then came the next bombshell. Court documents were leaked online, showing Tamar Braxton had allegedly filed a complaint against Mendeecees for unwanted advances. There was no official confirmation, but that didn't matter. Once the internet saw it, the story was unstoppable. Inside her home, Yandy Smith broke down. She had stood by Mendeecees through everything, through prison, through rumors, through judgment. But this was different. According to sources, Yandy confronted him face to face. "What happens to me if I defend you, and it turns out you're lying?" she asked, tears in her eyes. "What happens to everything we built?" He swore he was innocent. But she could no longer believe him. By the end of the week, news outlets confirmed that Yandy Smith had spoken to her legal team about divorce. Insiders said she had finally reached her limit. She was tired of saving everyone but herself, a friend revealed. She wasn't angry anymore. Just broken. The headlines exploded. Yandy walks out for good. Mendeecees begs for forgiveness. Tamar's court case changes everything. Social media was chaos. Supporters were emotional, divided, and hungry for more. Behind closed doors, however, Yandy sat quietly, heartbroken but calm. For the first time, she realized something painful but true. Sometimes love isn't enough to save someone who doesn't want to be saved. The next morning, the internet exploded again, this time with something even crazier. A video clip started circulating online, allegedly showing Mendeecees Harris and Tamar Braxton together in a private lounge. The lighting was low, the voices unclear, but the faces, they looked real. Fans froze the frames, zoomed in, analyzed every angle. Was it really them? Or was it another fake rumor designed to destroy lives? By noon, hashtags like #YandyDeservesBetter and #TamarExposed were trending everywhere. The silence from all three, Yandy Smith, Mendeecees Harris, and Tamar Braxton, made everything worse. Behind the scenes, though, a storm was brewing. According to insiders, Yandy had left the home she once shared with Mendeecees. She packed her things quietly, took her kids, and checked into a private Airbnb outside Atlanta. She didn't even say goodbye, one friend said softly. She just looked at the house one last time and whispered, "This isn't home anymore." Meanwhile, Mendeecees was in full panic mode. He called everyone, producers, lawyers, and family, trying to find a way to fix his image. He begged Yandy to meet him, to hear his side one last time. At first, she refused. But after hours of calls and messages, she agreed to meet him at a neutral location, an empty cafe late at night. When Yandy walked in, her eyes were cold but heavy. Mendeecees tried to smile, but she didn't move. "Yandy, you know I'd never do something like that," he began. "Then why does it look like you did?" she replied sharply. "Why does it always look like I'm the fool defending you?" Her words cut deep. For the first time, Mendeecees Harris didn't have an answer. He stared at her, realizing he had lost the only person who ever believed in him. Then came the twist nobody saw coming. The viral video, the one that had set the internet on fire, wasn't real. A fan page dedicated to love and hip-hop uncovered the truth. The clip was a deepfake, edited using AI filters to make it look like Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees were together. Within hours, the fake creator confessed online, saying they only wanted to test how fast people believe lies. But by then, the damage was already done. Yandy Smith had already filed divorce papers. Mendeecees had already lost his family. And Tamar Braxton was already being torn apart in the media. When Yandy saw the truth, she didn't rush to social media. She didn't scream or blame anyone. She just sat there, silent. The truth should have brought peace, but instead, it brought sadness. Because even though the video was fake, the pain was real. Mendeecees Harris tried to apologize again, this time through a long emotional video. He said, "Sometimes the hardest lessons come from lies we didn't tell, but still paid for." His eyes looked broken. Fans felt his pain, but they also saw the cracks that had been there long before the scandal began. Tamar Braxton, on the other hand, came forward with her own truth. She revealed that her complaint wasn't about a romantic issue at all, it was about a business disagreement that spiraled out of control. "I never said what people claimed I said," she wrote on Instagram. "But when the internet wants a villain, it creates one." Her words hit hard. Suddenly, people started questioning everything, the rumors, the leaks, even the headlines. But for Yandy Smith, none of that mattered anymore. She had cried all her tears. She had begged, believed, and forgiven too many times. Now, she was done. Weeks later, Yandy made her first public appearance. She stood on stage at a women's empowerment event, dressed in white, her voice steady but emotional. She said, Peace doesn't always mean forgiveness. Sometimes peace means walking away and never looking back. The crowd gave her a standing ovation. That moment became the symbol of her rebirth, not as Mendeecees' wife, but as Yandy Smith, the woman who finally chose herself. Back online, fans started seeing the story differently. They weren't talking about the scandal anymore. They were talking about healing, growth, and truth. Even Tamar Braxton commented under Yandy's post, writing, "I'm proud of you, sis. You handled this with grace." To everyone's surprise, Yandy replied, "We both survived the storm. That's what matters." That simple exchange silenced months of online hate. Two women who were once seen as enemies showed the world that strength isn't in fighting, it's in forgiving without forgetting. As for Mendeecees, sources say he's been keeping a low profile. No interviews, no events, just reflection. He's reportedly been working on a foundation for young men, teaching them about responsibility and respect. In one of his last posts, he wrote, "When you lose everything, you learn what really matters. And sometimes, the person you hurt is the one who teaches you how to heal." Those words hit fans deeply, especially those who watched this entire saga unfold from the start. And just like that, the story that began with betrayal ended with reflection. What started as a storm of lies became a lesson in truth. What began as heartbreak ended in strength. Because in the end, Yandy Smith didn't just walk away, she walked free. Sparkle's final line, call back to opening hook. The internet first heard her scream, "Don't do that to my phone." Now, they hear her say, with peace in her voice, "Don't do that to my heart again."